Welcome to Naveen Automation Labs, guys. Please subscribe to this channel and press the bell icon to get some interesting videos on Selenium and automation. Guys, we will be discussing some amazing tools and technologies. So please keep.
Hello guys, this is welcome again. This is Naveen here. Okay guys, so thanks for waiting for the module 4 for page object model. This is a part 4 and I think after that one more part will be there, part 5. But this part is very important for designing point of view guys. So in this particular part we are going to cover how will you implement data driven approach in the existing framework, and we will know that okay, what is the concept of at the rate cache lookup in PageFactory, and we will see that WebDriver fire event also. That is very interesting topic to generate the Selenium logs, and we will implement our log4j API also. And then I'll tell you that how to add extend report to generate the reports and results and everything. Okay, so yes, recording is on. So let me open my Eclipse, guys. So far we have seen that let me close all these classes. So guys, so far we have seen that in the last session we covered a couple of things, that we created number of classes like contact page test class, home page test class, and login page test class, and we were executing through testng.xml file. And through testng.xml file we have added 3 classes together, and it will be executed in the sequencing mode. Fine. So basic skeleton and the foundation we have already created, and now we will see that how can we add the data driven approach, okay, in our framework. So for data driven approach we need to prefer one scenario. Let's see, I'll go to this particular site, and this freecrm.com. Just a minute. Seems some problem with free CRM. Let me open in Google Chrome. So okay, so maybe some problem with Firefox, so I'll remove my Firefox. Okay, so this is a freecrm.com, and after login into the system, what I want that I'll go to contacts page. Okay, I'll go contacts and new contact, and what I want, I enter some values over here. Let's see, I enter doctor, and let's see, first name is Tom, last name is Peter, right? Some mandatory fields. So all these are mandatory fields you have to fill. So couple of information, let's see, we will fill company name is, let's see, Google, okay, something like that, and then I have to click on save. So let's click on save, and you will see that data has been added, the contact has been added, and then I'll go to contacts tab once again, and we will see that the Tom Peter has been added or not. Okay, so we will see that we will add number of values, we will add number of contacts, okay, because obviously I cannot add Tom Peter every time, so we will add different set of data from the Excel file we will pass, and then we will see that okay, multiple contacts we are able to create or not. And later on, for your practice point of view, you can go to other tasks, other tabs like deals, task, cases. So if you go to deal, and if you go to new deal, you can add new deal also over here. Same thing for task also, you can create new task. So in this particular video I'll cover only new contact, and rest of the things you can practice guys, because everything will remain same then. Okay, so let's do it. And okay, but before we start, we have to, before coming on this particular page, what we have to do guys, we have to go to new contact. So we have to mouse over and click on new contact. But we know that after login first time we are coming on this home page, right? First time we are coming on this home page, and from the home page we have to click on contacts. So we know that contacts link and this new contact link is available on home page. So on homepage.java I'll create the method to click on contacts, okay, to click on new contact, right? So I'll go to my page, okay, and this is my page package, and I'll go to home page, and inside this home page I'll create my click on new contact, right? So I'll create a method public void, what is the method name? Let's see, click on new contact link. Okay guys, click on new contact link. Now to click on new contact, remember I covered in actions class that we have to mouse over to make it visible. Okay, we have to make new contact to visible, then only we can click on it. If you directly try to click on it like this, it will give you element not found exception. We have to make it visible, then we have to click on new contact. So we have to use actions class, right? So simple, I'll use my actions. Action is equal to new actions, and I'll pass my driver here. Okay, so actions classes are used to cover mouse movement and drag and drop, right click, all these things. So action class is available in Selenium, so just import it. Okay, and what we have to do after that, we have to mouse over on contact. So action dot, we have a method move to element. On which element? So the contacts link page factory, guys, we have already created. See, contacts link page factory we have already created, that we have to mouse over on this particular contacts link. So that element object we have already created, right? So instead of writing driver.find element by.xpath, I'm directly passing this contacts link. I have already defined the XPath for this. So what exactly it will do? It will do mouse movement. Okay, and then we have to use dot build and dot perform. Okay, dot build dot perform, whenever you are using actions classes, we have to use, it's compulsory to use dot build and dot perform. Now it will move on that particular element, and then we have to click on new contact. Okay, so for new contact, I'll create one XPath. So right click and just a minute. Just a minute, guys. This is the new contact. Right click and so I think okay. So let's create the same XPath. It will be, I think, same. Or let me open in Firefox. It will be more clear in. It will be visible more clear in Firefox. Okay. I'll open freecrm.com. And for new contact, I have to spy in Firepath. So that will be a better option. I'll spy new contact. What is happening? Just a minute, guys. Just a minute. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll inspect this particular new contact link, and I know that this is the A. Okay, and the text is new contact. Okay, text is new contact. So I'll create the XPath for this, just like this. Okay, so what I'll do, this is the XPath for element for contacts link, and then I'll create for new contact link, and this is the text of that particular link. So A, which contains what, this contains text, is like this. Okay, so new contact link, then I have to click on it after mouse movement. So mouse movement and then this dot click. Okay, so it will click on that particular link. Fine, it will click on new contact link. So after clicking on new contact link, what we have to do, guys, after clicking on new contact link, we have to fill this particular form. And this form is available where? This form is available on contacts page, right? This is the contacts page. So what I have to do, this Okay, filling the form method I'll create inside where? Inside the contacts page now, right? Because this is not the home page now. This is the contacts page. So I'll go to my contacts page dot java, and here I'll create that method to fill that form, right? So simple, I'll write one method public, and couple of methods we have already written over there. Verify contacts label and select contacts by name. So I'll write one method. Let's see, public void, let's see, my method name is create new contact, right? Create new contact. Okay, so how to create new contact? So I know, okay, I these information I have to fill. So one by one I'll spy all these elements. So let's see, for this element quickly I'll inspect. This is a title, and this is a title is available inside a select class, and the name is title. So this is a drop down. Okay guys, this is a drop down. So for drop down, what we have to do? For drop down, we have to select class. So simple, let's see, I'm creating one select class. Select is equal to new select, and I'll have to give the element of driver.findElement by dot name of that particular element, that select class. Okay, I have to use select class, and then this is a select drop down, so I have to give the element of driver.findElement by dot name title. And you can create the same thing, you can create the PageFactory also guys. Okay, and you can pass that particular element over here, like that also you can create. So I'm giving you both the examples with PageFactory and without PageFactory also. It's not compulsory that every time you have to use PageFactory. Okay, some elements you can ignore PageFactories also. Now with select object we have a method select by visible text. And what is the text? Let's see, I have to select Mr. Mr. Okay, so this is a title. So what I want, I don't want to hard code my value, so I'll pass one string variable like this, string title. Okay, then this particular title value I'll pass. So while calling this method from my TestNG class, I'll pass this particular parameter. Okay guys, see, and then after title what we have to do, we have to enter first name. So for first name I'll spy first name is, again, let's see, I'll use ID. So if ID is available, so, or you can design the PageFactory quickly over here. Okay, so let's see, for first name I'll design my first PageFactory first name, and instead of XPath we have ID available directly. So I'll be use ID is equal to, what is my ID? ID is this first name. Okay, ID is equal to this first name, and for last name, okay, we have to enter last name also. For last name, ID is equal to surname. So for last name also, I'll create one PageFactory, and this is my element name is last name, and ID is surname. Okay, ID is surname. Fine. After that, let's see. Okay, so only these two fields are mandatory. Okay, but let's see, I want to enter some other information also. Let's say I want to enter company. Company also I enter. Company, see, ID is not available, so we can use name, client underscore lookup. Okay, so I'll use name. So instead of ID, I'll be using name is equal to, this is the name, client lookup is the name. Okay, and this element is what? Company element, something like this. Okay, and guys, if you want to create for this also, you can create. For select drop down also you can create. Okay, so let's see, these 4 or 5 information I want to fill. Okay, these 4 or 5 information I want to fill. So now what I have to do, so I have all the elements are ready. Okay guys, all the elements are ready. My first name is ready after selecting the title. So selecting the title from the drop down, so we have to use select class. But now we have simple text fields, first name dot send keys, and whatever the first name you want to enter over here, we will pass in the form of a string. So I'll pass one more string here. Let's see, my first name is Okay, first name something like this, or I'll write something like this, ft name, first name, and comma, string lt name, and then a string comma company. Okay, so these information I'll pass. So first name I'll pass over here ft name. Okay, and sorry, I added over here, guys. Sorry, that's my mistake. I need to use over here in this method. Sorry, guys. Okay, so title, and then ft name, and then we have last name. So last name dot send keys. Okay, last name dot send keys, lt name. See, guys, now this is a basic scenario, just simple Selenium concept we have to use. So I'm not gonna waste time in these things. Easily you can do that. And then we have to use comp. Okay, the company value over here. Okay, so what exactly it will do, it will select the title, it will fill this value ft name, lt name, and company name, and then we have to click on save. So let's spy the save button also. So for save, they are using input type equal to submit, value equal to save. Okay, so I'll create one XPath property for that, for save. Okay, XPath is equal to, and we know that this is an input field. So I'll use my XPath will be like this, input, which contains, okay, or I don't want to use contains because there is no need of use contains now. So simple, I'll use input at the rate class is equal to I'll use type equal to submit at the rate type is equal to submit, and one more property we will use, guys. Let's see, value equal to save. So at the rate value is equal to save. Make sure as capital, submit as small, and type t small v small. Okay, fine. And this is for save button, save btn. I'll use like this. So btn, and after that we have to click on it. So save btn dot click. Okay, so this is the method I've created for create new contact. Okay, guys, so create new contact, and we are passing all these variables over here. And so contacts page we have created like this. One method we have created to fill all these values, and clicking on save link. Okay, now we have to write the test cases. So page layer is done. We have to write the test case inside this contacts page test. So contact page test, let's see, 3 test cases we have already written, remember, in the previous session, and like checking the label and title, and selecting the checkboxes, those things. Now I'm going to create one more test case. The test case is, let's see, my test case is public void. My test case like this, validate create new contact, like this, right? Validate create new contact. Okay, and then create new contact. What we have to do, first time it will come on the home page, right? So first time it will come on the home page, and then it will click on contacts link. Okay, but now what we have to do, we have to click on new contact, and new contact method, okay, we have already created. Clicking on new contact method we have already created on the home page. So what we have to do, we have already having this home page object. So a simple call that method homepage dot see click on new contact link, right, guys? So click on new contact link we just created, right? Mouse movement by using actions classes inside the homepage class. So we have homepage class object, and click on new contact link we have created. So it will, what exactly it will do, it will mouse over and then it will click on new contact. Now we are on this page, right? Now we have to fill this form, and to filling this form we have already created one method inside the contacts page, create new contact. So to call this method we need contacts page class method. So for contacts page class method is already here. Okay, so what we have to do, inside the setup method we have already initialized all the methods. So contacts page dot create new contact, and now here we have to pass the value. So let's see, first time I'm passing the value Mr. So the value is, let's see, I'm passing mr dot Mr. Okay, and let's see, first name is Tom, last name is, see, right now I'm just giving the hard-coded values, Tom, and let's see, Peter, and let's see, Peter is working in Google, like this. And this is a priority is equal to, let's say I'm giving the priority is equal to 4. Okay, so that's a simple test case I have created to create the data. Validate create new contact. Okay, so first to create the new contact we have to move to click on new contact link, like this, new contact link. By using the action class we are moving on that particular element, contacts link element, and then a new contact link element we are clicking on it. So we will be moving to new we will be moving on this particular page, contacts page, right guys? So contacts page will give you one. Okay, it will be redirected on contacts page, and now from contacts page we have to call this particular method. Simple, right? So let's run this, only run this method. To run this method just select this method and right click and run as TestNG, and we will see that it is adding these values or not. Okay, fine, it's entering the values, username, password, and now it will go to new contact, fine, and then it should see it's entering the values and clicking on save button. Simple. Okay, and if you see the test case got passed, no failure, one test case got passed. Okay, fine. So we have added one more test case to create the contact, but the problem here is I'm passing these hard-coded values. Tomorrow if you add, let's say, 100 contacts, if you want to create 100 contacts with different set of data or with different negative testing like blank values or garbage value or special character values in, okay, you have to pass then, right? So we have to pass every time. You are not going to change the values again and again, right? So we have to use data driven approach here, right? So data driven framework we have already discussed with the help of data provider, right? So guys, we will use data provider here. So quickly, data provider, first of all I'll create my data, okay, in Excel sheet. So I'll open one Excel sheet, one Excel file I'll create. Let's see, my Excel sheet name is contacts because this is for contacts. Let's say tomorrow you are creating for deals, so you have to create for deals like this, or for task you have to create like this, task like this. Okay, so different data you have to maintain in different worksheets. So for deals and tasks, guys, you can practice, and for contacts I'll prepare the data for, okay, for the scenario. So I know that I need, what are different information I need first column is title, and then I need first name, last name, okay, and company. These four values I need, and this is my data. So let's see, this is my column, and these columns, let's see, I'll provide something like this, and my title is, let's see, mr dot first name is Tom, Peter, let's see, company is Google, and the second title is Dr. Dr. Let's see, um, David, let's see, Chris, and the company name is Amazon. Okay, company name is Amazon, and one more ad, let's see, this is, okay, let's see, we will add some name, let's see, okay, and let's see, company name is eBay. Okay, so these four values I'm adding over here. Fine, and I'll save this particular sheet on my, let's see, first time on my desktop. So on my desktop, and the sheet name will be, I'll write something like this, guys: free CRM test data. Okay, give some proper name, and let's see, I'll store over here on my desktop with this data. Okay, and what I'll do, I'll go to my desktop, and this is a free CRM test data, and I'll copy this and go to my Eclipse. And if you remember, in the second session we created this package, test data package, and then I'll paste it over here. So I'll move my Excel sheet over here. Okay guys, I'll move my Excel sheet from to there. So let me close this, and I'll open this Excel sheet now. So if you see, this is the Excel sheet I have created, which is available inside this package, test data package. Fine. Now what we have to do, we have to use data provider. So I'll create one data provider annotation method. Okay, data provider, and my method name is, let's see, public void get test data. Okay, and from which sheet, let's see, I'll pass one parameter get from this particular sheet name. Okay, so we will pass the sheet name from which sheet you want. Okay, or maybe I'll do one thing, that let's remove this simple get test data method I'll create. Okay guys, and what I'll do inside my test util.java, guys, okay, I have already created this method for you guys. Get test data method I have already created. Okay, so get test data method is accepting one sheet name, and it's a very simple logic I have written, that where exactly your test data sheet path. So my test sheet path over here, so I'll give my test sheet path that one static string variable I have created. Okay, so this is my Excel sheet, so I have to give the path of my Excel file, and let's see, this is my path of my Excel file. I'll give it over here. Okay, like this I'll create. Okay, and this test data sheet name, this is the method I have created. So guys, this method is exactly doing. This method is returning one two-dimension object array. Try to understand this concept now. This sheet name, it will iterate this sheet on the basis of rows and columns. So that's why I have created two for loops. One is for row, another is for column. And row by row and column by column, it will pick the value and it will store in this particular object array. Okay, in this particular array, and then I'm returning this particular object array. See, this data, the type of data is object array, two-dimension object array. So the property of two-dimension object array is like this, that see, it will store the data like this. It will start my row equal to 2 and column equal to 1, like this. Row equal to 2, and this is the first column. So whatever the value is available, cell by cell, it will pick the value. It will pick first Mr., then Tom, then Peter, then Google. Okay, and then it will pick Dr., David, Chris, and Amazon. And then for third row, it will pick the data from Mrs. Mukta Sharma eBay, like this. Okay, so it will pick the values like this. So that's why I have started my loop. This is for rows and this is for columns. See, get last row number. Get last row number means get last row number like this. And then guys, get row count, get total number of cell, get last cell number. So get last cell number is this. So this is a logic you just need to use. And why I'm using get row I plus 1, because my actual data is available from here. So I'll just ignore I equal to 1. I'll start from I plus 1. So you can use this particular utility. This is a very good utility, simple one method I've created, and we just need to call this get test data method, okay, from our test class. So inside the data provider method, so let's see, get, I'll change the method name somewhere, like let's see, get test CRM test data. Okay, and that method is available in test util. The test util dot method name is get test data. And what is your sheet name? Okay, so what is your sheet name? For contacts, what I'll do, I'll define my sheet name over here. That my sheet name is string sheet name is equal to, this is my sheet name contacts. Okay, this is my sheet name contacts. And what I'll do, this is my sheet name, I'll pass sim. So what exactly it will do, sheet name is contacts, it will go over here, get test data, it will do all these things, and then it will return one data, that is two-dimensional object array. Simple, what I'll do, I'll store somewhere in two-dimensional object array. So I'll create like this, guys. Object, let's see, data is equal to this. Okay, two-dimensional object array I have created. Very simple. So don't be confused at what is two-dimension, why 2D array we are creating. This is an object array. We always, most of the time, we always use two-dimensional object array. We can use array list also, but this is a very good utility that I have created. Simple, you need to call, just pass the sheet name, it will give you the complete data which is available. Okay, the complete data which is available inside that particular sheet. Okay guys, now this data is available, the complete data is available in this particular two-dimensional object array, this complete data. If you have 100 rows, that 100 rows will be stored in this. Okay, now what we have to do, this method is returning what? So I'll use one return statement. This data is returning data dot just a minute, yeah, simple return data. And I have to change this void from void to, because void mean does not return any value, so void to object array like this. Okay, so what exactly it will do, this data provider is fetching the data from this method and returning data, returning two-dimension array. Okay, two-dimension array. Now this is the data provider, my data provider name is get crm test data, so I'll use it over here, that comma data provider. What is your data provider name? This is my data provider name, get crm data. So whatever the data this method is fetching, this get crm data, it will pass this method to this particular test case. Why? Because inside this @test annotation we are using this data provider. Who is the provider? Who is the data provider for this method? The provider of the data, okay, of this particular method is this method, because we have written clearly data provider is equal to get crm data, right? Data provider is equal to get crm data, right? And now how many columns are there? 4 columns, right? So guys, we have to create 4 columns here like this: string title comma string first name comma string last name comma string company. So guys, always remember, whenever you are writing data provider, using data provider, so if the data provider is fetching the data from Excel sheet, obviously data provider is fetching data from this Excel sheet. How many columns are there? 1 2 3 4. Same 4 variables we have to create inside the @test method also. It's compulsory, otherwise it will give you error, it will give you mismatch error, the column mismatch error, because you are fetching a data from Excel files. 4 columns are there, right? So it means it's compulsory that 4 variables, because this is the data is provided from this method, but who is getting the data? These 4 variables are getting the data one by one. It means if you have, let's say, 5 rows or 2 rows or 3 rows, if you have 5 rows, 5 times this particular method will be executed, right? So that concept I have already covered with TestNG data provider session, so please go through it. Half an hour session is there, you will get to know so many things with respect to data provider. Okay, so now I'm passing this method. Okay guys, and now one by one I'll eliminate this thing now. So I'm not going to use these hard-coded values, I'll pass my actual data from Excel file now. So simple contacts page dot create new contact. What is your title? This is my title. What is the first name? This is my first name. What is your last name? This is my last name. What is your company? This is my company. Okay, so one by one I'm passing the values, and all these values will be given to this particular method, create new contact method. It will come over here. It will select the first value is Mr. Tom Peter Google. Mr. Tom Peter Google. Second value is Dr. David CFS Chris Amazon. Dr. David Chris Amazon, and similarly third value, right? So I'm passing the value one by one like this. So I'm eliminating these hard-coded values. Now this is the perfect data-driven approach I have used. Okay, guys, and then quit the browser one by one. Okay, so let's do it. Let's run this program and we will see that it's actually entering the data or not. Okay, so let's see. Login. So now it will go to new contacts and first data Tom Peter Google, and save it, close the browser. Again open it, login. For the second set of data is, this is my second data. See, David Chris Amazon. So it will go to new contact now, Dr. David Chris Amazon, and save it. Fine. Now the third is Mrs. Mukta Sharma and eBay. It will go to contacts, new contact. We'll select Mrs. Mukta Sharma and eBay and save it. And my single test case got passed, but it got executed 3 times. Okay, see, 3 test cases got executed, and with this set of data, validate create new account with this set of data, validate create new account with this set of data, Dr. David Chris Amazon, validate create new account with Mukta Sharma, like this. Okay, so see, 3 test cases got executed with three different, same test cases got executed 3 times with 3 set of data. So we have used data driven approach also here. Okay, guys, so we can say that this is a page object model with data driven approach. Right here I'm not using any keyword driven, guys. We never use keyword driven with Selenium. Keyword driven is the worst approach, I would say. Hybrid framework we combined in the form of data driven plus page object model, guys. Don't use keyword driven. Okay, so I'm not going to cover keyword driven tutorials also. If people are asking for keyword driven, please, I never recommend keyword driven. Keyword driven from maintenance point of view, it's really difficult. Okay, guys, so for data driven is really good. Now you can create a data for deals and task like this. Simple. Now if you see the data is actually added or not, so we will go to contacts and we will see that, see, David, Mukta, Tom, Peter got added, although I've already created 2 times earlier. So okay, these values are getting added over here, and you can validate that. Now validation part you can do, you can put one assertion over here that after create new contact you want to validate. How will you validate? You will come to contacts page and you will see that David Chris got added or not. So you will verify that okay, David Chris available or not. Simple, right? Like that you can validate. Okay, so similarly you can achieve for deals. Okay, for task, cases, call, number of things are available. You can do number of data you can add. You can create a data from Excel file, create a data provider like this, and you can perform it. Okay, so this is a data driven approach also, guys. I have told you with proper page object model. Okay, so the second thing is that what is the purpose of @cache loop concept? See, guys, @cache loop concept is a new annotation is available in PageFactory API. What is the purpose of this? Quickly I'll tell you. Whenever you are defining on the pages, let's say on home page, we have these @find by, right? you can do one thing, that after at the rate find by, you can add one more annotation for this particular element. Let's see, at the rate cache lookup. At the rate cache lookup means it's available in Selenium only. At the rate cache lookup means this is the annotation which says that okay, it will store this particular user label name, okay, in a cache, in a memory. Okay, so every time whenever you are interacting with this element, instead of from the page, it will get that particular element from the cache. Okay, so the speed of your framework, speed of your script will be improved. The performance of this script will be improved. What exactly it will do? Because see, if you don't write at the rate cache lookup, it will every time, if you're calling this method, if you're calling this element, let's see 10 times. So every time it will try to interact that okay, TD which contains user Naveen K, like that. It will try to get that XPath from the HTML DOM. But if you write at the rate cache lookup, what exactly it will do? It will create one small memory and it will store that particular element into that particular memory, into that particular cache. That memory is called cache memory. And then instead of going to the browser page again and again, it will get that particular data from that particular element from cache memory. Obviously, so every, let's see, we are calling this particular method, this particular element 100 times. So instead of going to the web page 100 times, it will pick from this particular cache. But the problem here is, guys, see, I'll tell you with the one example. See, try to understand. They might ask you at a time of interview. Okay, the thing is, I have this particular browser. This is my browser, and this label is available here in this particular browser. Okay, this element is also available here in this particular browser. New context link also available here. This is the browser. Let's see, this is my Google Chrome. This is my Chrome, right? And I'm using this script for, let's see, these elements for 100 times. So 100 times I have to attack my browser, I have to hit my browser again and again, again and again, right? It will try to get the expert. What I'm doing here is, by using this annotation at the rate cache lookup annotation, this particular annotation, guys, what I'm doing, I'm creating one cache over here, simple one more cache memory over here. Okay, this is my cache memory. And if you are writing at that cache lookup, it means this particular element is marked with cache. It means please store this element into this particular cache memory. Okay, if you are writing at cache lookup for this particular element also, it means this particular element will be stored in this particular element in this cache memory also. Similarly, for all the elements will be stored, if you are declared with at the rate cache lookup, all the elements will be stored in this particular cache memory. Okay guys, so this is my cache memory CM. Now, if you're using this element dot click or dot send keys, it will not go to the browser. It will directly pick it from here, right? So it's available in your program only. It's available in your, at the in the background. So instead of going to the browser, you have to go to the browser from here to here, and then browser will give you the response that XPath is available or not. So let's see, there are thousands of elements are there getting called by 10 to 20 times. It means 10,000 times you have to call the browser again and again, right? You have 10,000 times you have to send the keys and all those things you have to perform. I mean you have to validate the XPath or ID or name. So instead of doing those things, we create one CM cache memory like this. So instead of going to the browser, it will pick all the values, all these elements from here. So sometimes it is a good practice that we write at the rate cache lookup for all the elements like this. But the problem here is, let's see, you are on the home page and somehow that element properties or element is refreshed, or page got refreshed. Let's see, the page got refreshed. Then in that case, this cache memory will be corrupted. Some of the elements will be corrupted, some of the elements will be stale. Okay, in that case it will give you stale element exception. Okay, if the page got refreshed, let's see, this is the first instance of page, and after refreshing the page, or maybe some DOM property has been changed, the DOM model, document object model of that particular page got changed at the runtime. Let's see, one, this is the new version, getting created. Okay, now this cache memory objects, all these elements will be disturbed, will be stale. So obviously it will give you immediately, it will give you a stale element exception. So if you feel that this particular element won't be changed, then only you should provide @cache lookup. You should not use @cache lookup for each and every element. Okay guys, but this is very powerful to improve your performance of the script. Your script will be fast if you're using @cache lookup. So they will ask you at the time of interview that how will you improve your script performance. So you have to use @cache lookup. Okay guys, so this is a concept of @cache lookup. Okay, so let me remove these. Okay, now the third concept is what is a WebDriver fire event. Okay, what is WebDriver fire event? See guys, WebDriver fire event is amazing things to generate. This is for Selenium action logs. It will give you very good logs. See, what you have to do, you have to guys add one class, that is the class name is WebDriverListener class in your utility package. In your util package, web event listener class you have to add. See, this is the class. And this event listener, what exactly it is doing, this class is extending your base class, as well as this class is implementing your WebDriver event listener interface also. And this is the standard template you have to use. What you have to do, we have different actions in Selenium, right? We have before navigate, after navigate. Okay, we have clicking on, click method is there, send keys method is there, different find by methods are available. Okay, so different script level actions we have. What you have to do, you have to just simple WebDriver web event listener.java class you have to create. The exact thing you have to create, just copy paste. There is no concept. Simple WebDriver event listener, this interface, what exactly it will do, it will provide some mechanism that whenever you are navigating to the browser or whenever you are clicking on a specific element, it will call these methods. Okay, it will call these respective methods. Let's say you want to click on any specific element, so it will call this method. It will print like this, trying to click on element.toString. Okay, what is the element, on which element you are trying to click on? Let's say you want to click on login button, so it will say that trying to click on login button, something like that it will say on the console. So you will get proper, what exactly you will get, you will get proper error logs. I mean the proper console logs, you will get the proper exact, proper language you will get, that what is happening during the execution. Okay, so I'll provide this web event listener.java. Please see the URL in the description of the video, and I'll provide that particular Java class. Okay, I'll share with you. Just need to copy paste and provide it over here. And one more configuration you have to change. Go to your base class. Okay, guys, you have to go to your base class. What you have to do, guys, see, we are launching our Chrome like this. WebDriver driver equal to new Chrome driver. After that, what you have to do, you have to create the object of this event firing WebDriver class. Event firing WebDriver class you have to create the object of this. See, event firing WebDriver class is available in Selenium. What you have to do, simple create one reference variable over here. Let's see, I have created e underscore driver is equal to new event firing driver, and pass your driver over here. And where exactly your web event listener, the and all the listeners we have created over here. So these are the listeners I have created, right? That obviously this class I'll provide you. That is what we just discussed. All okay, web event listener class I have. Okay, we have this thing. You have to create the object of this particular class also. So this is the object of web event listener, is the object of this particular class. Now you have to register your event listener. How to register? You have to register your event listener class object with event firing WebDriver object. So this is a method e underscore driver dot register event listener. And what is your event listener? Event listener is the object of, this is the custom events we have created. Okay, okay guys. And after that, what you have to do inside this event, okay, you guys, you can use any name, ABCD, whatever, e dot driver or e underscore driver, whatever the name you want to give, you can take. But what you have to do, you have to create the 3-4 steps you have to write, guys. Simple. Event firing WebDriver class object, create. Okay, after that, this is my web event listener class object, you have to create. And then you have to register your event listener with e underscore driver, which is fine. And then you have to, okay, assign this e underscore driver to driver. Just give this particular event listener driver to this particular driver, that is our main driver. That's it. These 4 lines of code you have to write, and this web event listener template file, listener template file you have to add in your project, and then you are good to go. Now if you run your program, guys, see, I'm going to run my program. If you see the console output, now see the logs. See, it's giving you the proper information before navigated to crm.com, and then I'm entering my username. Okay, then I'm entering my password, then I'm interacting with this particular XPath for login button, then I'm moving to trying to find element by, see, by.xpath on this particular contacts, then element found, contacts element found. So you can track each and everything over here, right? See, the full XPath, it will give you whatever the XPath you are using, all these XPath and each and every information for each and every event, it will give it to you. Okay, so you can track from the logs itself, from the console itself, what is happening in my script. Okay, so this is very important. So this is the concept of, guys, this thing, WebDriver fire event. One more important thing of WebDriver fire event, you can customize like this, guys. We have one method. Whenever any exception is coming in your program, okay, in your script, if any exception is coming, you can create one listener like this. On any exception, I want to throw some error, fine. Okay, so this is the error will be thrown immediately, whatever the exception is, tail element exception, element not found exception, or any exception, if you are getting, so immediately it will print on the console. Second thing is, I want to capture the screenshot also. Okay guys, I want to capture the screenshot also. See, whenever I want to capture the screenshot, only and only when any exception is coming. Otherwise what is the need of otherwise what is the need of taking the screenshot? I want to take the screenshot only and only when any exception or any error is coming. So that's why I have written throwable. Throwable means it will handle exceptions as well as errors. So what I want, I'll call this particular method, this particular method will be called automatically through listener. If any exception is coming, automatically it will take the screenshot. So no need to write a screenshot method again and again, okay, in your script. Okay, whenever you're writing that if going to this, else, let's see, title is not available, and then okay, you want to take the screenshot. So no need to write that method, if else condition, so many if else conditions. Simple, if any exception is coming, most of the time what we do, we write try catch block. If the control is coming inside the catch block, if any exception is coming, it will come inside the catch block, then we are taking a screenshot. So many times you have to call a screenshot method, but here you just need to write if any exception is coming or any error is coming, simple, take the screenshot, right? So we just need to write one method, take a screenshot, end of test method. Okay, so this method, simple screenshot method we will create. So let me, I have this method, just a minute. See, simple, this method we have, so I'll copy this method and I'll put it inside my util. Where is testutil.java? Because this is my utility, right? So I'll put it over here. And this is the screenshot. Okay, see, for a screenshot also I have written like this. Just a minute, guys. I'm using MacBook, so I have configured like this. So let me remove this thing. Okay, so guys, if you are using Windows, okay, guys, if you are using Windows, guys, you have to change the path like this. So what I'm doing here, see this method, what exactly it is doing. Same method, get a screenshot as method, user.dir, and then copy this file into on this particular location, current directory. This is my current directory, and create one screenshot folder. Append with, plus means append with current time, okay, in milliseconds, and then .png, just add .png like that. Okay, so it will generate the screenshot like this. Okay, guys, so and this particular take a screenshot of method is available here. I'll make it static. Okay, so what I'll do, we will call this method from testutil like this. Okay, so testutil dot take a screenshot end of test method will be called whenever any exception is coming in your program. During the execution, whenever any exception is coming, it will, okay, take the screenshot. So no need to write screenshot method again and again inside the track edge block or something like that. Okay, guys, so let's see if it is generating the screenshot or not. So let's see. I'm going to call this method. I'll disturb the XPath, or maybe let's see, a login method is there, and for username, what I'll do, and for password also, I'll write like this. So obviously my XPath will be disturbed, so it will give you element not found exception or something like that, and then we'll see it is taking a screenshot or not. Let's see. I'm just assuming, guys. Sorry. Not the variable name, the name equal to, I'll change like this. Okay, like this. And what I'll do, let's run this program. Okay, so let's see context page, and let's run it. Because every time before running any test case, it will execute this method. Setup method, it will go to login, and it will check the username is name equal to name11 and password equal to password11, which is wrong. Okay, by.name is wrong, so it should give error. So let's see it is running or not. Guys, I mean, this topic is amazingly, this session is amazingly good, and see, there are a lot of things I have covered. So please, guys, practice. I cannot cover each and every scenario test case wise, but please, you have to practice like that. So see, it is not able to find username password, so it's gonna wait, because I have given the implicitly wait of, I think, 20 seconds, and then see, it's giving some error. See, no such element exception. It means exception occurred. It means this particular event will be, on exception event will be called. Okay, so it will call take a screenshot, and okay, this particular method will be called. Okay, guys, and it's creating the screenshot. It should create screenshot directory, one folder, and let's see what we have to do. We have to refresh our project, and current directory, and see screenshot, and guys, see, this is our time, current time in milliseconds. Okay, and if you open it, see, this is a screenshot, guys. On the login page it was getting failed, right? See, isn't it amazing? This is the power of, okay, web firing event, WebDriver firing event. If any exception is coming, immediately it will take, only then only it will take the screenshot. Okay, if you want to change the file name, if you want to append the file name, you can give the file name also. It's up to you. But this is amazingly good. I always use firing event like this. You just need to create this web event listener.java class. That's it. Okay. So let me close this Chrome and let me change this login page.java back to normal, the correct values. Okay, guys. So this is about uh, WebDriver event listener. Now, guys, these two topics, add log4j API, okay, I'll cover in the next session, guys. I think this is enough for these things, okay. And in the next part 5, I'll be adding that part 5, okay. In next 2 days, I'll add how to add log4j API and how to add external reports, okay. Because already it's 1 hour session, it's already done, and I'll add these two things. And then in part 6 we will see Jenkins and the git code repository and all those basic things. So I think you can expect 2 more parts, okay. But those will be the basic configuration of your log4j and extend report, and then Maven and Jenkins integration we will see. But the coding part, most of the coding part is done. The framework designing part is done, guys. So please practice. Okay, guys, it's really important, and don't jump into part 4 or part 5 directly. Please see the approach first in part 1, then part 2. See how exactly we created different page libraries and page factories. In part 3, how exactly we created a different test cases. In part 4, how exactly we created a data driven approach. What is the concept of cache lookup? What is WebDriver fire event? Okay, all those things. And then in part 5, we will cover log4j API and extend report. How to generate the logs with the help of log4j API. I'll cover amazing thing. Okay, very good learning. You can write in your resume also. Log4j API and extend report. Very good report we will generate. And then in part 6 we will cover Maven and Jenkins part. And then I think if any enhancement we will see if part 7 we can create. But I think in next 2 sessions it will be over. The page object model will be completed. Okay, guys, so that's all from my side. And see, I'm creating video at 3:30 in the night for you guys. I'm getting a lot of requests, okay, from the different folks that please Naveen create the part 4. Okay, so just because of you guys I'm creating, and that's all for today. And guys, please subscribe to the video, to my channel, and then okay, please share the videos and like, and please, if you have any queries, please put the comments over there. Definitely I'll try to reply. That's all for today, guys. Thank you so much.